7:35 on this beautiful December 23rd, and on the phone with us is our good friend from Searcy, Arkansas, Fred Ramey. Good morning.
Good morning, Dale. It's a beautiful morning, actually, in the natural state. You all ready for Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah. I'll be ready for next year's Thanksgiving on Friday. I love it, you know.
I do, too. It is my absolute favorite week of the year.
Yeah, I love it, yeah.
I really do, and you know, I fuss. Gina does too. We don't do anything for Christmas, anything. I mean, we don't even hardly talk about it. I think that's the first time I may have mentioned it until after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And weird. In fact, it's so much so that her teacher friends at school tease her about it, and they'll leave little seasonal gifts on her in front of her door and stuff like that, and play little pranks on her because they like to tease her about her wanting one holiday at a time. So, but yeah, Gina's that way too. She's we really do like Thanksgiving. The kids love it too, and they really, they pick up on things through the years and will request things that you may not have even remembered, but they picked up on them as traditions.
Mm-hmm.
And Mom and Dad, we got to do this year. We do that every year, and you'd actually forgotten about it, but they remember those things.
Sure, they do.
And it becomes tradition, whether you meant for it to originally or not. But yeah, we're going to spend some time together as a family this week. But it's first part Monday, Tuesday is going to be pretty busy. But I think they're going to be out. Tuesday's their last day until after the Thanksgiving week, and so we'll be going to a program or two that the kids are having tomorrow, and just getting ready for the big day on Thursday. And then after that, I'm trying to get a hold of my wallet after that, Dale.
Gonna bury that sucker in the backyard, or you hide it?
Well, I've got 4 kids, so just imagine how that is. So,
yeah, I'll be going to Conway on Thursday. We've got family down there.
Conway, okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good.
North of Conway a little bit, yeah.
Look like it might be a little damp towards the end of the week, but hopefully, maybe they're wrong about that. Can't ever tell.
It was funny when we're looking at the radar this morning at 37 minutes ago. It was cleared. Now I'm starting to pick up some stuff. Something is starting to fill in a little bit down around Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even looks like Pine Bluff, Arkansas is picking up an echo. It's funny how that changes so fast. Yeah, just picking up some echoes now northeast of Pine Bluff. Weird.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was going through the channels last night, and they're playing a clip of Hillary Clinton saying that Muslims were not terrorists, that they're a peaceful, loving people. And to be called them terrorists is just, I thought, oh, come on. Now, over in Belgium now they're saying, we want you to quote the Quran. If you can't, well, you're going to get shot. Well, guess what?
Well, they pretty much did that in Mali, too, didn't they, last week?
Yeah.
Didn't they? Wasn't that the first thing they asked people to do, to start quoting the Quran?
Yeah.
I know that's changing gears pretty fast from talking about Thanksgiving, but that's what we do on here sometimes. So, but yeah, Dale, the world is really on fire. And, Dale, I don't know how you get to the point where you get enough serious people running for office. I do think there are some very serious people running for office. Hillary Clinton just does not happen to be one of them. Dale, how do you have such high negative numbers, and always have had, but yet remain such a prominent political figure?
See, that's what going through town. Hillary for America. I love Hillary. All these things on the. What have you listened to this woman?
In Mountain Home?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What's happening at Mountain Home? I thought that was just a bastion of conservatism.
I hope it was just somebody passing through.
Well, that was a bumper sticker then? It wasn't a yard sign?
It was a bumper sticker, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It had that blue sticker. It said, it has the letter I. Then it had the heart and Hillary, with the arrow, like the hospital sign that she's got.
Yeah. Yeah, airport.
And there's another one. Now, here's the funny one. It says there's another one in red with white print. Says, Madam President for America.
Oh, gosh, please.
And that'd be funny because I would take that to be Carly Florina, being it's red.
Well, yeah. Well, I did see one bumper sticker this week that might interest you. It was for the presidential, actually a former presidential race that was still on somebody's vehicle. It said, "Don't blame me. I voted for Jimmy Buffett." You know,
yeah.
we could do worse.
Yeah.
And we have done worse.
Yeah.
With the previous one.
Oh boy.
Well, Dale, I do not understand how she can maintain such a presence in the political realm with her high negativity. Yes, you've got name recognition. I get it, and in politics, that's extremely valuable. She probably has 100% name recognition, but it works to her disadvantage. And because when people know you and don't like you, is a problem.
Yeah.
And people don't like the woman, and because they know she's not trustworthy. She zigs and zags, and the media continues. They're starting to get to where they're not quite so much cover for her, but in the past they've covered for her. She's told one story one day and another story the next, and the whole different story the third day, and the media just acts like it's breaking news that she's got a new policy when she's actually just continuously flip-flopping.
What do you think about our U.S. Senate race now?
Well, Dale, that shocked me. I was surprised, completely caught flat-footed on that one.
Yeah.
In fact, a guy talked to me, I guess it was the Friday before the Monday deadline, and he asked me about Mr. Coleman.
Mm-hmm.
And he said he's something about him running for U.S. Senate. I said, do what? And he said, yeah. I said, he's running. I said, no, I don't think so.
It came about on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, just lickety-split, yeah.
Well, yeah, it did, really. And so I told the guy, I said, well, you know, I just talked to him probably about 3 weeks ago, just a casual conversation. We weren't even really talking about politics. We were just talking about the family and how everybody's doing. And I said, he didn't mention anything about it. And I said, I tell you, I'm going to just tell you that's probably not so. You just heard. No, he was insistent. He said, I heard it on KARN in Little Rock. Mm-hmm. And I said, well, I've listened to KARN on occasion, but that's all news to me. I don't know. And so anyway, sure enough, he did. And so, Dale, I don't know what to think about it. I like both men. I like Curtis. I like John. They're different. Their voting records would be different. But, you know, mine would probably be different than both of them. Mm-hmm. So I agree with Curtis on some things. I agree with John on some things. But I disagree with both of them on some things, too.
Yeah.
And I like both men. I like both of their wives. We're going to set this one out.
Yeah, it's kind of got me between rock and hard spot because I've helped, Senator Bozeman. Of course, Curtis has been a good friend, been on here many times. And I'll plug it right now. Senator Bozeman was on my Saturday show, Straight from the Horse's Mouth, and that's available on audio on demand. And coming up this Saturday, the 28th, Curtis Coleman will be the guest. So
yeah.
Each man has equal time.
Well, that's only fair. But Zena and I are setting this one out. We're friends with both men, and I like both of their wives. We're not getting in the middle of this one. Mm-hmm. No, sir, no way. I wish them both well. I was really surprised that it happened, especially right at the last minute. But I am not getting in the middle of this one. Besides, I've got too much on my plate, Dale.
I hear you.
I've got a senior in high school that's about to graduate in May. I got another one the following year. So she's a junior. You're
going to be busy. You're going to be busy.
I have not got 10 minutes of my week to fit in for anybody right now.
Yep.
And, with kids about to go off to college, money's pretty doggone tight, too.
Yeah.
I have made 2 political contributions this year. That was to 2 candidates for the state legislature, one in Pulaski County and one in Saline County. And that's it. That's all I can do. And so the tap is turned off.
With that, let's go ahead and take our 45 break, and we'll be right back. Continue the rest of the show with Fred Ramey. Stick around. Be right back. 7:48. Continue our discussion with Fred Ramey. And are you still there?
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Still here.
Yep.
Yeah, we'd waded off into some politics there for a minute, and we'll stay there if you want to.
Sure.
I saw this morning online where Donald Trump is kind of flirting with a independent bid again, based on the fact that the Republicans seem to be circling the wagons to try to shove him out of the race. I think that would be a huge mistake on both their parts. His to form an independent bid, and theirs to shove him out of the race. They need to keep him in the race as long as they can, because that's driving people watching the debates.
Sure.
I mean, really, Dale, you've been around politics all your life, and you think about this. There have been as many as 17 candidates at one time. I think we're down to 14 now.
Something like that, yeah.
Bobby Jindal dropped out last week.
Yeah.
And by the way, a Democrat won that seat Saturday, the governorship in Louisiana. John Bel Edwards, Democrat from Louisiana, defeated David Vitter, who is the sitting senator down there. One of them. Vitter was expected to win that, and John Bel Edwards come out of nowhere and snatched it from him. But so there will be a Democrat back in charge in Louisiana. But anyway, you think about all those candidates that have been running, and a lot of people, especially that follow this stuff, can pretty much name probably all of them. But how many could they name if Donald Trump hadn't been in the race?
Yeah, true.
Because he's the one that's been causing people to watch all the debates.
Well, like I said, when he entered the race, all the TV cameras were aimed at Hillary, and all of a sudden here's this mouth over here going off, so they panned to the right to see what he had to say. So now,
Yeah. And in the process, a lot of the others got hurt as well.
Yeah.
The other 15, 16 of them. They got a little bit of time, not as much as the Donald did, but still, they did get some time and continue to get some time that they probably would not otherwise have gotten, because the media, had it not been for Donald Trump, would have been focused on Hillary and Bush.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of them wouldn't have got any time.
Right.
So, it's been good for them that Donald stuck around. Now, I've got my own issues with him, but he's been good for the process.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of politics, I'm going to really change gear here real quick. Governor Hutchinson, you talked to, you and I were talking about, he was headed to China.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 2 weeks ago I mentioned that. Well, did you see where he signed inked a deal with a Chinese company for a new pulp mill in South Arkansas?
No, was that in the paper?
It was on Talk Business. This is a big super project for South Arkansas. Governor Hutchinson has signed a letter of intent on investment cooperation with Chinese-based Shandong Sung Paper Industry, joint stock company, to pursue a $1.3 billion with a B pulp mill to be located in South Arkansas. And this is a pretty big project. So this will help our state's timber farmers and timber industry.
Wow.
And it's a pretty big project. Specific timeline for them to make a site selection, hire consultants, and do necessary due diligence to establish the mill. Hutchinson told Talk Business in a phone call. It's going to be a bit of a long process. It's not going to happen next week, but they inked a letter of intent to build the project. It would create hundreds of direct jobs and result in a very significant indirect jobs in the logging and timber industry in South Arkansas, which is huge in South Arkansas, Dale.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is big in South Arkansas.
Yeah.
And two, Dale, for years ago, a lot of farms, or even around here, got converted from farmland back into pine trees.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of the pine trees, they've not really had a huge market value. Well, this might change that.
Well, I tell you,
this may indeed change that. So everybody may get a piece of the pie on this eventually, and it's a renewable resource too. Once they cut the trees, they can replant them. So,
I think for a while I'd made some trips to Mississippi years and years ago. I think it's a 16-to-1 ratio on pine. For every one matured tree that comes down, 16 are planted.
Yeah. People talk. There's a couple of comments on here about cutting all the trees down. Well, there's probably more trees in Arkansas right now than there were when I was growing up, because a lot of farmland was converted back to trees during that CRP program the government came out with. So we're not going to run out of trees. We're going to replant them any day. And this is a good thing for South Arkansas. It's going to be a lot of jobs, a lot of sideline jobs too that'll come with that. Construction jobs, trucking jobs, timber industry. I think it's going to be a good thing for South Arkansas, and it's a good thing, good sign. I hope we'll continue to get some big projects. The governor seems to be pursuing them pretty aggressively, and anytime you can bring good-paying jobs to Arkansas, that's a good thing.
And our Attorney General got married.
Did she?
Yeah, she sure did.
You know, she's younger than I thought she was. Gina was asking me one time how old she was, and I said, I think she's about my age, and I Googled her, and I said, my gosh, I owe her an apology. She's quite a bit younger than I am. So, well, good deal.
Yeah, congratulations to Leslie and her husband.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
She was up here a couple of weeks ago.
Was she? Okay. Yeah, she's been doing a lot of mobile offices, too, and sometimes it's her, sometimes it's her staff, but they're kind of getting around the state and doing some mobile offices, I think. So that's always a good thing. Keep people plugged in. So. And
the final minute and a half, Fred.
Well, Dale, you can give a little plug if you're not following me. I'd enjoy you to follow me on my political page, Fred White in Blue. Just go to Facebook and just type in Fred White in Blue, and it should pop right up. I sometimes post funny things, political things, serious things. You never know what I'm going to post on there. I usually try to keep it interesting. But other than that, Dale, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to the Mountain Talk listeners, and just wish all of you the best, and travel safe. I know there's going to be a lot of folks out there traveling this weekend, and the latter part of the week may be wet. You see some slick roads out there, so keep a safe distance between you and the car in front of you, so you don't rear end somebody.
And of course, they took our nativity. The courts ruled against our nativity, so now we have a nativity scene contest.
Oh my!
So there's a $1,000 prize, and so instead of having one on the Courthouse Square, hopefully every business around the square and any business in any city in the two-county area can put a nativity scene out. So hopefully it's going to be like 1,000-to-1 ratio here. Lose one and gain 1,000, you know.
Well, I would hope so. Of course, churches can put one up any time, too, and there's a church probably on every corner up there, like it is around here. So, yeah.
All right. Well, that wraps it up, Fred. We'll talk to you next Monday, the 30th. You get the last day of the month. Cool?
All right, Dale.
Happy Thanksgiving, Fred. Thanks.
You too, brother. We'll see you.
Bye-bye. That wraps it up. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody.